Oh snap, the 5090 is literally a ticking time bomb that will catch on fire. Let's get to today's news and updates. Okay, so to start with today's video, literally the Asus ROG Astro RTX 5090 catches fire after a capacitor blows in this dude's system, right? So it says here in the article that the obvious 5090 Astro or just Astro line costs the most in all of the 50 series GPUs there. So speaking of luck, Redditor Impossible Wait 485 shares a horrific story about browsing websites, not mentioning which ones, when their PC randomly shut down. After this user restarted their PC, the graphics card caught fire and smoke started coming out of his GPU, is what this dude claimed. Says here there are no video incidents, but there are many pictures of the card after the random combustion. And as you guys can see here, oh my gosh, his motherboard is toast. His whole system is toast. He saw burn marks on both the GPU and the motherboard for this. And yeah, this says here, clearly not associated with the power connector or power cables, at least not directly. The components that blew were on the PCIe interface side, and they even left a mark on the motherboard, confirming that there was indeed a fire involved. That is crazy, right? It says here that we can see that a single multi-layer ceramic capacitor is severely burned, which was possibly the source of this fire. The good news is that we don't have to speculate about what caused the fire, and the problem won't be swept under the rug. Gamers Nexus Steve has already offered to buy this card and cover the full cost without involving any RMA. This is the first reported incident of the ROG Astro GPUs. The RTX 5090 series has previously been affected by melting connector issues rather than this type of random fire. So this makes me a little bit leery about buying the 5090 now, or if anyone out there is trying to buy a scalped 5090, or if you already have, I am worried for you. Wow. So let's go ahead and move on to the next news. More disappointing things with NVIDIA as we move into the next portion here. NVIDIA is now investigating black screen issues across all of their RTX series GPUs, right? Now they're gonna respond to this, but not to melting GPUs and now exploding graphics cards. So yeah, I'm not even gonna go into this right here. Black screen, we've already seen this for the past couple weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, not just from the 50 series, but all of the series, looks like, from going back all the way to the 30 series card. I knew with the previous drivers I was experiencing performance issues on the 2080 Ti. With the newer past 2 driver updates using the 2080 Ti at 4K, everything has been a lot easier, a lot better. So maybe there's something wrong with the driver issues and updates that they sent out with the 50 series launch date, but other than that, it's been fixed. So if you guys want to deep dive into that, I will leave the links down below for these articles, as well as for you to look at it yourself. So let's go ahead and move on to the next portion here. This is insane. RTX 5090 cards have missing ROPs, right? So we are looking at looks like the most common missing value is about 8 ROPs compared to the 176 that's supposed to be on the 5090, right? So this in turn, honestly, if you do remove those ROPs in there, you're looking at a 8.4% slower performance rate than the ROG Astro, right? And then the Zotac card itself here, with one that they found, was 5.6 slower than the Founders Edition 5090. So one thing that you guys can do is you guys can use GPU Z, right, to check that. And then just like here, let's go up here in this chart right here. In this chart right here, you'll be able to see the ROPs TMUs section, and that's how you can compare if your 5090 has that GPU. But wait, it's not just the 5090s. I'll leave this article here for you guys to check this out. Check this portion out after this little piece. 5090 set to increase. Retailers have 147 RTX 5080 cards, but not selling them separately. Obviously, we've already seen this, combos and things like that. We've already known that the GB202 inventory is going to increase. This is a little bit of a follow-up from a few videos back, so I'm not going to dive into that too often. a little bit there. But back to the ROPs. Check this out. NVIDIA confirms that 0.5% of the RTX 5090Ds and the 5070 Ti's were shipped with fewer ROPs. Insane. So you're paying over MSRP. You're paying way more for a GPU with the stuff you're not even getting. This is ridiculous. I honestly don't think there's any more reason to kind of halt buying these GPUs at this point, or even possibly even looking at the used market once it does calm down a little bit. But yeah, this is unacceptable, honestly. And yeah, now we got exploding firebomb 5090s. We've got 5090s and 5070 Ti's and maybe 5080s. I'm guessing if they missed on the 5090s, 5090Ds, and the 5070 Ti's, what are the possibilities that they didn't miss on the 5080s on the ROPs to be shipped on those boards to the AIB partners, right? As well as to customers like ourselves or consumers that actually want to use these cards and not scalp them, right? So I'll leave this article here down below for you guys to check out and really deep dive into. If there isn't any more outcry from all of us, honestly, this is probably the time to do so. So yeah, really sad news here. This is really disappointing, and I hope NVIDIA stock, I hope it really does tank more. And I hope these guys don't mess up the launch that they need to literally secure the market, right? If there is no better time to win us all, AMD, are you listening? There is no better time to win us all like you did with Intel versus AMD versus NVIDIA right now. This is the best time. So please don't mess it up. Please make sure your pricing is literally better than what NVIDIA has. And please make sure your stock is way better than what NVIDIA has had for the past 3 years. And please make sure that you guys have a system in place for retailers or on your own site to where normal consumers like ourselves can actually purchase these cards, because this is your time. You want to achieve a majority of the market like you would instead of having that little bit of 10%. Well, here's your opportunity. Don't mess it up. So we're going to find this all out February 28th, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 a.m. Pacific Time if you're on the West Coast like we are here. So super exciting things, right? Again, if there's no opportunity here for AMD to take over, I don't know what else is, but this is the biggest door open. NVIDIA blew the doors open for AMD to take over. And of course, with this article here, it's just sealing the deal, saying, hey, the upcoming Radeon RX 9000 launch event will not have a reference design for sale. So you guys know what it is. This is Red Zone signing off, keeping it real, keeping it hot, and keeping it raw. Your normal 9 to 5 guy, bringing you some high quality content for you guys to enjoy. If you guys like today's video, you guys know what to do. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new here, hit that notification bell icon so you don't miss out on any live streams or new gaming and hardware reviews. I'll see you guys on the next video. Deuces.